G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm of course Acaphilus, and today we're going to be talking about something really important that should have been addressed in yesterday's patch notes, but unfortunately it was not. Now before we get into it, the first disclaimer is that I'm not knocking or criticizing any of the developers in this game. All I'm saying is that there are certain issues that should have been given priority status instead of nerfing or buffing or attempting any sort of balance changes to a PvE mode. Now what issue is this precisely? Well, the issue in question is the Relic and Champion Shard acquisition system in this game. Now I've been creating POC content for quite some time, and I've met a lot of people along the way. Fellow content creators like myself who are trying to introduce this game to many people, and of course the thousands of viewers out there who are not only watching these videos but also playing this game themselves. Now because I have been in the know about this community, I can safely say that I know what is the chief problem in this particular game mode, which I think needs to be addressed. And as I mentioned a couple seconds ago, it's the Relic and Champion acquisition system in the POC. Many of you seem to have trouble unlocking specific champions as well as getting certain relics. As a matter of fact, this issue got so severe that a new player to this game, essentially quit the game after a month because it was almost impossible to get the desired champion or the desired relic. Now I'm under no illusions. The POC is probably not the most profitable game mode for Riot at the present moment. At the end of the day, Riot is a company and every company desires to make money. To put everything into perspective, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because nobody wants to say it. POC at the moment feels like the ugly duckling of the flock. It's the most neglected mode in the entirety of Legends Runeterra. Yes, there was news about the upcoming patch notes, which should drop either tomorrow or the day after that, and that should fix or address a few things in this mode, but quite frankly, the overall and general consensus is that it was very underwhelming. Now credit has to be given where credit is due. It was mentioned that POC was gonna get a content update in the next major expansion. How substantial or big that content update is gonna be is up in the air right now. It's anybody's guess. It can be as little as maybe an extra champion or two, or it could be introducing new adventures entirely. Maybe even a rework to the acquisition system that I'm about to talk about. Now let's give Riot the benefit of the doubt. We'll have to see what comes during March or April. However, we're still gonna talk about this issue because I think it's important to the community, and at the same time, I feel like it's worth highlighting. Let's talk about the Champion Shard acquisition system first. Now as we all know, Champion Shards is probably the most important thing in the POC. That's gonna help you unlock champions and start them up in the process. As we all know, the only way to get more Champion Shards is to open up vaults. Now here's the problem. The vault drops are extremely random. I have been playing this game since its inception. When POC 2.0 first came out, I believe at the start of last year, I've been playing this game for almost every single day since then. I've been playing this game religiously, dare I even say it. To put everything into percentages, I have played POC for almost 95% of the days since release. It is extremely astonishing to think that for someone who's played this game religiously and as much as I still have 3 champions locked, which are Tahm Kench, Yuumi, and Gnar. On the other hand, I also have some champions that I still have not maxed out in terms of star level yet. Once again, when you put into perspective the amount of days I've played, I should have everything, or if not almost everything, maxed out or at least unlocked. Now what is the cause of this situation, the root of this problem? Well, what is preventing me from unlocking more champions is obviously the lack of fragments. And why is there a lack of fragments? Because I've been getting duplicates of the same champions that I have maxed out over and over again. I recall one particular month where essentially I completed my weekly quest, and as we all know, the weekly quest gives the champion vaults. And I've also completed my weekly adventures. For 3 consecutive weeks in that particular month, I got duplicate Annie and Lux fragments when I already maxed out their star level. Now having experienced this myself, I can relate when you say that you were not able to get the champion or the relics that you want. It's definitely annoying, and I do not blame you for quitting the game. Now if this isn't a major warning to Riot here that people are leaving the game because they're not able to play the champions that they want to play, I'm not really sure what else I can say. Now on to issue number 2, which is the Relic acquisition system. As we all know, relics are also the heart and blood of the POC game mode. Relics are important to making sure that you have a successful run with the champion, and of course a fun run with the champion in question. I'm lucky in that front because I have almost all the important relics in this game, but I know that there are a lot of people out there who've left me comments on my videos across the months that they're struggling to get certain relics in this game mode. Now once again, relics are obtained in a similar manner to champion vaults. Relics are obtained through reliquaries, which are these orbs over here. Now like the champion vaults, you can obtain reliquaries through the weekly quests as well as through the weekly adventures. But the problem once again is similarly to the champion acquisition system. People are getting a lot of duplicate relics that they don't really have use for. Yes, those relics are being converted into wild fragments, but this is gonna bring me into my next point. What's the point of converting relics into fragments when you cannot use those fragments to claim relics. It just doesn't make sense. In my opinion, it makes zero sense. Now, we've established the premise of the two problems. Champion and relic acquisition is a nightmare in this mode. So with that in mind, let's take a look at some solutions. I'm gonna present you two of possibly the most feasible solutions I can think of. Number 1. Prioritizing champion drops in the vaults. As we all know in the base game, your champion rewards are based on what you have locked and what you have not yet unlocked. Usually in the base game, you are given champion cards first that you have not unlocked or crafted yet. That means, for example, if you have a new expansion coming out, and you basically open your vault on the new expansion. In the base game, whatever champion card reward that you get is usually the new champion in question, instead of getting a duplicate of what you already have. I'm not saying don't give us duplicates. All I'm saying is prioritize champions that we have not unlocked, followed by champions that we have not maxed out in terms of star level yet, and then you can start giving us duplicates. Operate in a similar fashion or in a similar manner to what you've done in the base game. I simply cannot understand why such a feature was not included into the POC. Now this next solution is for the relics. Another really simple solution like what I mentioned for the champion acquisition. Give us the ability to trade in fragments for relics. As I've made my case and point earlier, the fact that we can convert relics into fragments but cannot use those fragments to convert back into relics does not make sense. It just makes zero sense to me. I just do not understand why can we not convert our wild fragments back into relics when those relics will be involuntarily converted into wild fragments. I just cannot wrap my head around it. Now with all that being said, I hope I made my point clear in this really short video. The relic and champion acquisition system in this game is in a severe need of a rework. The comments simply do not lie. People would rather see this issue fixed. Better odds of getting champions and relics that they want, instead of trying to nerf or balance things that do not need to be nerfed or balanced. There is hope, like I said. There is a major expansion coming towards March or April. We're just gonna have to cross our fingers and see what they do then. Let's not rush to conclusions and let's give Riot the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they already have plans in motion to fix this, and I'm probably just here talking gibberish. But either way, I hope this video was thought-provoking. Once again, this is not a knock or criticism on anybody developing the game. All I'm saying is that their attention should have been focused elsewhere. Possibly into improving things that really need improvement, instead of trying to fix something that is not broken. So on that note, we are gonna end this discussion here. Thank you guys so much for watching as well as joining me on this video. If you guys enjoyed it, consider leaving a like as well as subscribing. I really do appreciate that support. But most importantly, it's so that you don't miss future uploads on Legends, Runeterra or Path of Champions content just like this one. Now I've also launched channel memberships here on the channel which you can potentially join. Feel free to check out my memberships tab if you'd like to find out more. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching as well as joining me. This is Kavlo signing off. I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.